Hello everyone. It's James again. And in today's video, I want to talk about trusting your gut instincts. And by doing so, you can save yourself years of abuse and heartache. You see, most of us can tell you, when we met our narcissist ex, that we had a feeling something was wrong. However, we were unable to take action on this feeling. And we ended up talking ourselves out of what we were feeling deep inside. So we stayed. And the abuse became worse and worse. And we felt like kicking ourselves for not trusting that gut feeling deep inside telling us something was very wrong. You see, most times, the narcissist or toxic person will come on strong in the beginning of a relationship. Some call it love bombing. And even though the narcissist can be known to give thoughtless gifts during this stage of the relationship, they might buy really expensive gifts. They call you all the time. They seem to want to spend every moment with you. It all seems too good to be true. They want to cook you your favorite meals. And on and on and on. Then out of nowhere, usually around the 6-month mark, they get mad at you for no reason at all. Usually their excuse is you were 10 minutes late for picking them up to go to dinner. Or you were 10 minutes late in meeting them somewhere. What will happen then is a big blow-up argument. This person will call you every name in the book, and might even accuse you of cheating on them. Now it's important to note, when this is happening to you, the things they are accusing you of, they are more than likely doing to you. Remember, the narcissist or toxic person love to project their bad deeds and behaviors as to being yours. So if they say, you are 10 minutes late because you are probably off cheating on them, it's more than likely a good chance they are cheating on you. And probably have been since the day you met. During this argument they will try to put you on the defensive, and for you to assume the role of the person in the wrong. And what usually happens here is we start to talk to ourselves, saying inside, this isn't right. What the heck is going on here? This isn't normal. But the problem becomes as if you haven't been trained since a young child to get rid of bad people from your life. And you are a product of childhood narcissistic abuse. You might start to make excuses in your mind for this person's behavior. You might be willing to give them a second chance, when in reality this would be like giving the devil a second chance. And you bit by bit, and slowly start to talk yourself out of what you are feeling in your gut. You see, those raised in non-toxic homes with good loving parents have experience with getting rid of bad people from their life. Now this isn't to say they can't fall victim to a narcissist or a toxic person. It's just a bit harder for a narcissist or toxic person to work their magic on them than it is for them to do so with a lifelong victim of narcissistic abuse. You see, if someone is raised in a loving home with good parents, it's common for these types of parents to teach their children what good behaviors and what bad behavior is. What types of people are good and what types are bad. And when someone mistreats you, or disrespects you, you get away from them as fast as you can. And the first few times, this child has to cut a friend or two out of their life. It's painful. But they have their parents to lean on for support. And over time, this ability to weed out the good from the bad becomes almost second nature. And a lot more easy. And this is why these types of people seem to have a lot more of an easier time in life. Because they don't waste time second-guessing themselves as to why they should continue to hang around someone that treats them poorly, even if they have a lot of good deeds beforehand. Because they can see clearly these good deeds were just a smokescreen to cloak their true nature, and to get you to second-guess your gut once the abuse starts. And sadly, those that have little experience with getting rid of bad people are more likely to freeze up and stay in such a situation. Because though their gut is telling them to run, they just can't put the action into motion. Because they've never done it before. And it's scary. And makes them feel uncomfortable. And then the second guessing kicks in. And then they don't have to make the uncomfortable choice to leave this toxic person. You see, you have to literally train yourself to listen to your gut. You have to train yourself into taking action. Action to leave. Don't degrade yourself by letting this toxic person question you and put you on the defensive when you have done nothing wrong. Just say to them simply, this relationship is no longer something you want to be a part of. That you wish them luck in their future. And goodbye. Because the more you try to explain, the more they will twist your words. And the more they have the chance to get you to go against your gut. And you have to understand they will try to contact you probably really strong for the next week or so. But you have to hang strong and do what you have to do to keep yourself safe. And realize that soon enough they will understand you're not a willing victim. And they will move on to someone else. Because that's their nature. Once the well runs dry with one person, they move on to the next person. And the sooner you get out and away, the better you will be. And look at it as an exercise. You are training these reflexes and senses to be sharp, alert, and active. Like I mentioned earlier, those out there that learned this great skill as children, because they had the love and support from their parents, seem to have great lives. They seem to always be moving forward and achieving great things. And it's simply because they can spot bad people a mile away. And it's easy for them to cut bad people out of their life and move forward. And you will be surprised by doing so. It will free you up to meet good people. The fact is, most of us had spent our lives being narcissistically abused. Did so because we just couldn't bring ourselves to leave when we noticed the first warning signs. It's like we froze up. And though we knew it was wrong, and that we were being abused, we just couldn't act on what we were feeling inside. As if it was too painful to give up on someone that we thought loved us, even though they never really loved us at all. And even though this is the case, we wanted to hang on to the fake memories of them doing the nice things they did for us when we first met. And instead of facing the fear of taking action, we retreated into denial. And that denial led us down a road of a lifetime of abuse. You will be surprised what developing those skills of listening to your gut and being able to put those thoughts into motion will do for you. You will experience freedom like you never had dreamed. A freedom to achieve, excel, to love, and to be loved, and to experience life. Like I always say, knowledge is power. The more we know, the more we can live happy and healthy lives. Until next time, bye for now, and be good to yourself.